Hi everyone, Kirk Lyons here. You know, after 4 years of doing cooking videos for You magazine, I thought it would be kind of neat to reach into the mailbag and read some of the letters that have been sent in by you, the fans. Let's see what we have here. Dear Kirk, I love the videos. Your cameraman Ryan sure sounds cute. Tell him that Teresa from Peoria says hi. That's obviously a mistake. Intern's probably mixed up the fan mail. Let's see what else we have. Dear Kirk, your recipes are great. Here we go. Even better is the camera work and editing. Cheers to Ryan. Love, Sarah. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, I do these videos in like one take. There's hardly anything to edit, Sarah. One more time. Dear Ryan, oh come on. Could you please tell Kirk to do a burger video? Your biggest fan, Kristen.
Kirk?
Yeah, Ryan.
My biggest fan wants you to do a burger video.
Thank you. I read the letter. Well, that was embarrassing, but not nearly as embarrassing as serving up an inferior burger, especially with Labor Day right around the corner. So for a holiday that celebrates the worker, I have decided to do a video about hamburgers. Now, when you're talking about a great burger, it's always about great meat. And when you're looking for great meat, rarely can it be found in a preformed patty or even prepackaged ground meat. I suggest going to a local butcher and having him or her grind it for you fresh. That's what I have here. This is about a 50-50 mixture of chuck and sirloin, but feel free to play with the ratio depending on your taste. Now, at this point, all you have to do is season your meat liberally with kosher salt. And I mean liberally. It's going to take a lot, so don't be afraid. Now, we're going to lightly mix this with our hands just to distribute the salt. Okay, so at this point, we're ready to make some burger patties. So what you want to do is you want to grab about a 5 to 6 ounce portion of meat. And using your hands, lightly, and I mean lightly, form it into a patty. Being careful not to overpack, because overpacking could make your hamburger turn out tough. And you want something that's about 1 inch thick and about 4 inches in diameter. And the one thing you do want to do is you want to make an indentation in the center of your burger. This is going to keep them from puffing up like baseballs when you cook them. There we go. Our burgers are ready to be cooked, but I think I'm going to throw them in the fridge so that I can show you how to make a most excellent topping for them. I am not a big fan of putting a lot of toppings on a burger that's been made with freshly ground quality meat. But one that I do like is caramelized onions. Here's how I make them. Now, this pot has been sitting on top of a medium-high flame, and I've got about 3 tablespoons of canola oil, just enough to coat the bottom, getting nice and hot. To that, I'm going to add 2 large sliced onions. All right, we're going to season that up really well with kosher salt and a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. And now we're just going to let them sit for a couple minutes. Okay, so a few minutes have passed and we are going to give our onions a stir. And as you can see, some of them are actually getting like a real nice brown color on them, and that's why you want to let them sit. Okay, so at this point, we can turn the heat down just a touch, and you're going to want to let these cook down for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they get to be like a nice light golden brown. You do, however, want to give it an occasional stir. Okay, 20 minutes has passed, and as you can see, our onions are looking beautiful. Gorgeous, nice brown color. Now, one last thing we need to do is to add just about maybe a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. And this is going to accentuate the color, bring out sweetness. But when you do it, you want to avert your face because there will be some fumes that will arise. that can knock you out cold, and I mean that. And now what we're going to do is just give it a little bit of a stir. Let that balsamic cook into the onions. And as you can see, I mean, these are gorgeous. All you need to do at this point is just check them for seasonings, and then turn off the heat, cover them up, and keep them on the warmer side until you're ready to use them. Okay, it's time to make some burgers. Now, you may be asking yourself, why am I standing in the kitchen and not outdoors by the barbecue? Well, for those of you who don't own barbecues, I thought it would be a good idea to show you that an excellent burger can be made in your kitchen. All you need is a cast iron pan. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can run out to a kitchen supply or a restaurant supply store and pick one up for about 30 bucks, which is much cheaper than buying a barbecue. You can use it for a lot of different dishes, and it's pretty much going to last you a lifetime. So, what do you say we do it? Okay, so my cast iron pan is sitting over a pretty high flame here, getting warm. And as you can see, you want to add a little bit of oil to this, not so much for lubrication, but so that your burgers get a nice crust on either side. Now today, I have decided to use some bacon drippings left over from this morning's breakfast, because bacon makes everything taste good. So as you can see, it's a little bit of wisps of smoke coming up there. Let's add our burgers. Beautiful, beautiful sound. All right, and a splatter screen to keep your kitchen clean. And you want to figure about 3 to 3.5 minutes on each side for medium rare. And then we're eating. Well, folks, here it is. My ultimate beef lover's hamburger. Just some great freshly ground meat that's been minimally seasoned. Got a nice roll, some really good cheese. Today I'm using a nice Swiss, and of course my caramelized onions. No ketchup, no mayo, no other condiments are really necessary. Now, FYI, after the burgers came out of the pan, I let them rest for a few minutes with the cheese on top. This allowed the cheese to melt, and it keeps the burger nice and juicy. So let's take a peek inside and see how these look. There we go. Oh, and look at that. A perfectly cooked medium rare burger. All right, now for the taste test. Wow, it's good.
Hey, Kirk,
Yeah, Ryan?
how about let me try that burger? You know, so I can pass along the results to Kristen, my biggest fan.
Ryan, I tell you what. Why don't you tell Kristen that this burger rules? Oh, and one more thing you can tell her? Keep reading You, the online magazine devoted to your favorite subject.